Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast with Grow Junction. I am Rituparna Bhaumik, the host for today, and we have with us Sushant Srivastava, the Senior Product Manager at Dell Technologies. Hi, sir, how are you?
Hello, thanks for having me here.
Yeah. Okay, so stay tuned till the end because today we'll be covering out many questions on product management. So, yes, keep watching. Sir, it would be great if you could give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Sushant Srivastava. I'm sort of settled in Bangalore in Karnataka. I have done B.Tech from Computer Science from Aligarh College of Engineering, and I have done MBA from Information Systems Management from VIT University in Vellore. Post my two degrees, I have close to 10 and a half to 11 years of experience. This is all throughout, say, I have progressed as a business analyst, senior business analyst, lead business analyst, and then I've become, say, associate product manager, and currently I'm working as a senior product manager for Dell Technologies. So that's all about me.
Okay, great. That's very good to hear from you. So, how has the COVID been treating you? Like now that we know that things are back to normal, right? So, no more work from home. You have to go back to the
Yeah.
offices. So how is the work routine for you now?
Right. So Dell has been really kind to give their employees a lot of options in the sense whether they want to work from office or whether they want to work from home. They have been really flexible with the way the employees feel comfortable about. They have been really great during the COVID times as well. They helped a lot to set up our own offices in our home premises, and they have been really good in setting up office environment as well. So yeah, they are renowned for their employee friendliness and culture. So yes, COVID also, I mean, there has been few things because every family has lost some of their dear ones. So I did too. There has been some sad scenarios as well personally, but yes, work wise it was really good.
I'm so sorry about that, sir. Condolences to your family. Okay, so sir, so now that you've already everything is good to go, the COVID is gone. So talking about your specific domain, which is product management. So how is your day-to-day life? What is the routine you generally follow for a day-to-day thing?
Sure. So to actually elaborate on the nitty-gritties of what all a product manager does, I would like to share my screen and I want to pictorially show that how the product manager covers strategical and tactical aspects of the product management. So with
Wow,
your permission,
great.
shall I go ahead?
Sure, sir. You can.
Perfect. So I created this slide especially for Grow Junction to for all the students who want to benefit themselves, or all the professionals who want to benefit themselves through product management. And see, a product manager has two aspects of their role. One is the strategic side, and another is the tactical side. So
Right.
to the left of the screen, where you see the product manager is interacting back and forth with the stakeholders for requirement gathering, that covers a lot of the strategic side, and under that, there are various functionalities that the product manager follows.
Okay.
What happens is, first and foremost, product manager is the front face of all the requirements of all the features which need to be built up into the product.
Okay.
Now, where will these requirements come from? So there are defined business stakeholders for these requirements,
Mm-hmm.
and on your left you see some example of those stakeholders which can pass on the requirements and which can add a lot of value to the requirement, so to speak.
Right.
So in some companies, some service companies, there might be a client which might be dictating or which might be helping you with a lot of requirements. There might be
Okay.
some subject matter experts which are industry experts which can help to evolve or grow the product.
Okay.
There might be some vision and mission from the senior management, that they want so and so product with having, say, they will give you some broad feature statements that we require these features into our product, which we can sell into different regions. So senior management has a lot of vision about how this product should actually penetrate into various geographies.
Right.
So they can give you a lot of value addition. Then
Okay.
you have peer product managers as well, because product management is a very collaborative job, and you have multiple interlocking or interdependent teams to collaborate with you and eventually bring up a finished product. So you have a lot of peer product managers who will actually help you that, okay, your sorry, your product is, say, the first landing page of suppose a web application. I'm just taking an example, web application as a product. Yours is a landing page, and the next page that the customer translates to is a separate product altogether. So you need to collaborate with your interdependent and interlocking product managers as well, wherein in that collaboration a lot of new ideas, a lot of new features come through.
Okay.
So they also play a very important role. And then there is your sales and marketing team who will eventually take your finished product or a semi-finished product and run into the market,
Right.
so that they can penetrate the market and they can acquire a lot of customers. So this is more from the strategic side of it. Now, gaining requirement might seem to be straightforward, but actually it requires a lot of analysis, a lot of research on that. And for example, you took certain requirements, then you start, say, prioritizing it. You start doing an as is and to be analysis. You are at certain junction today, and tomorrow you want to evolve your product and arrive at a different junction. So you
Mm-hmm.
do analysis between that. You create some business requirement or functional requirement documents, so that all the stakeholders who are involved should always be apprised that this is where you are standing today. You also do a competitor analysis, that what all other competitors are existing and what all features are they offering today. You do a market research, um, of the geography that you're trying to penetrate. You do a market research, that how successful my product might be over there. And you, of course, you invest a daily, or say a weekly time, to prioritize your features, that which all features are you planning to build up and progress through. So all these functional, or and even the strategy creation, so all these functional sort of analysis and research which is required is all involved on the strategic side of the product manager.
Okay.
So this is a daily routine of product manager, that strategically always the product managers need to check where are they standing today, and they always need to evolve. It's not like once they have done this and that's a done deal. No, sir. You have to continuously always evolve on that, and
Mm-hmm.
keep assessing yourself that where you're standing. So that being said, that's the strategical side on the left of your screen. On the right of the screen, when you are pretty much clear that which all features you would like to prioritize and which would you like to, go ahead with the development, then on the right of the screen, you see the tactical side of the product manager, wherein the product manager starts collaborating with the development team or the engineering team, I should say. And I personally, as a product manager, I categorize all of these that you see on the right: the UX UI team, dev team, the data science team, or the testing team, or DevOps team. All of these individual teams as part of the engineering team.
Okay.
And you actually collaborate with each one of them. For example, if I am, suppose, a product manager of say a product which is an e-commerce product, and
Mhm.
suppose there is a button of say add to cart. You selected a product and you clicked on the button to add to cart. Now this may seem a small button, but there are multiple aspects that you need to take care of. You as a product manager, you are telling that, see, I require a feature which should select the product and add it to the cart for the further checkout, like we generally do into various e-commerce platforms, Amazon, Mitra, whatnot. But the UX and the UI team, they will see the requirement and they will actually design a button as per the aesthetics of your page. You give them a very broad, a very high level requirement. They are the ones, the engineering teams are the ones who bring those features into reality. The
Okay.
UX and the UI team, they give you the look and the feel of that, how that button should look like, and what should be the exact dimensions of it. It should match the aesthetics of your screen, and feature wise also it should make sense in the next flow. So as soon
Okay.
as you click on that dev button, on the back side a logic runs, a code runs, which
Mhm.
actually takes you to say the cart page, or actually gives you a message that this product has been added to say the cart. Now that coding is actually done, of course, by the dev team, and the testing team is always responsible to test that functionality, whether that functionality is working fine or not. Eventually, when you try to release that small feature of that button of adding to the cart, DevOps team are the ones who actually take responsibility to launch that feature into go live environment, so that customers can see that. And data science team actually helps you, analytics team as well. They actually help you to put a logic behind that button, that let us see that in a month or in a week how many customers actually click that particular button. So it gives you a lot of insights. Okay, I introduced this feature, but it is not so popular. In this week, hardly 3 people clicked on that button. So then you think of a different strategy. You evolve. But suppose if people are liking it a lot, they are able to discover that feature a lot on your screen. Then it gives you a great feedback as well. Oh wow, I introduced that particular feature and there are 10,000 people who actually clicked on this. So there is an intent shown by the customer with this feature. So that's great and gives you immediate feedback to evolve or how. And a little example from Dell side, Dell actually has mostly full stack developers. So they do the development, they do the testing, and the CI/CD launches like together. So these resources are pretty much doing these 3 activities together. So they are called as say full stack developers. So they are not these 3 teams that you see over here. They are not like 3 separate teams. They are like one team, and each of these engineers, each of these software engineers, they are competent enough to perform these 3 activities together. Okay.
Okay.
So this is from a product management perspective. This is a day-to-day job that I would like to showcase, and I'll take a pause here. You can go ahead.
Yeah, it was definitely great, sir. In fact, I think kudos to you because you've covered what actually product management is, the strategy and both the tactical part of it. And I'm so sure people who will watch it will definitely benefit a lot. Yeah.
Thanks a
So
lot.
yes, yes, sir. Okay, sir. So I had a question here that you said that basically all these team, which is the UX, the user experience team or the testing team, they are basically all engineers, right? Engineers who are handling it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So basically people who are not into such technical background or are freshers in that case, do they have a good scope in this domain, the product management domain?
Okay, so freshers do need to actually have a little experience about both sides, the strategical side plus the tactical side. So what happens is that from both sides, from engineering side, people have a lot of technical knowledge, a lot of product knowledge, and they can also become a very good product manager because at one at one aspect they are really good. Okay, and they can become product managers as well, even from people like me who were like from their beginning, who were like business analysts and purely into functional role. So I have been more thorough from the strategical side of the business, and I could translate into a very good product manager as well because I need to polish myself a little from the tactical side, and then I'm done. So the thing is that the product manager, as I said, the product manager needs to bring this balance. So any fresher who is trying to pursue product management career, they should really enhance their skill on both sides. And I'm not saying that they should if I say tactical side, then definitely they have to be engineer and they have to know coding. Not really. They
Okay.
need to know, they need to exactly know that how to collaborate with the engineering team, because there will be a lot of technical jargons that you will hear on this side. You need to have some idea, or I should say a good idea, if not a thorough technical or a coding idea that you have. At least you need to have a good level of understanding that how the engineering team functions, what all jargons do they use, and what all approaches do they take, how do they provide effort estimation or onto each of the features that you give. So what is their approach and what steps they will take, how many environments are there, like there is a dev environment, there is a production go live environment. So these kind of nitty gritties of technical side, a product manager should be knowing. Now, each saying that, all of the product managers who are there in the industry, nobody is 50-50 in the sense they know perfectly 50% of all the tactical and perfectly 50 of all the strategic side. Somebody would be more better on the strategic side. They might be 60-40, they might be
Okay.
70-30, they would be better in strategic, or they would be better in say tactical side. So that preference. So I call it product managers more like an all-rounder in your cricket team. Now
Yeah.
that guy can be a batting all-rounder or can be a bowling all-rounder, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's see that who's little better over there. Nobody's perfectly balanced. So
Correct.
that's more so my suggestion to the freshers is that you pursue your career, and you gain a lot of work experience. When I say a lot of experience, at least 3 to 5 years of work experience you gain, whether you are on a functional side or you are on technical side, that doesn't matter. But after you have gained 3 to 5 years of experience on one of these sides, then slowly you start connecting the dots, you start connecting the pieces of the puzzle, that what you are doing, where is it actually going and fitting in the larger business of the company. And then you can translate into a product management. You need to have a business outlook as well, that whatever we are creating, like especially to the tactical people who are into the engineering side, you need to have a business outlook that, okay, I have created this product, the development is done, the UX UI is done, where is this product and going and sitting, and how is it generating revenue to the customer, sorry, to the company. So that is one outlook that they need to have. On the other hand side, if you are a very functional person, you are already a business analyst or something, you need to understand that how engineering team works. You shouldn't be just blankly giving a lot of commitments to the end customer or to the senior management, that okay, this will be developed in 10 days time. Not really. Actually, you need to really collaborate with the technical team to understand that how much effort and time it might take, and then only you can go through. So that's my suggestion to the functional to the freshers, that keep a balance and know about these aspects.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for answering that question. Also, sir, like among all these genres which you've shown us, what skills do you think is the most important while uh, executing any, maybe uh, executing any of the functions of designing a page or maybe renovating a kind of product? I mean, basically evolving, as you said, that what are the
Mhm.
skills which are most important for it?
Right. So I would like to add certain more, spices into this mix. So you see that as a from the strategical side, you are doing a lot of functional analysis, and then you are identifying the features that you want to develop. So that is most important aspects. I do have a list on the right hand side wherein what all key skills that a product, if you're trying to pursue a product management career, that what all key skills you should really try to inculcate in your day-to-day life, and try to master them slowly but surely. So what happens is, the most important when you ask, of course, from the strategic side, identify the features. The heart and soul of the product is, of course, the features. And then identify, okay, I have identified the features, how will I develop that? So the tactical side of it. Now, when I say how will I develop that, most of the companies these days, they follow the agile methodologies to develop the product. So you need to be slowly, you need to acquire the skill set of having a good knowledge of agile methodology of development, because your engineering team will definitely talk to you from agile perspective, that how we can build. If they're not following agile, then it's a separate waterfall model, which very few companies are following. But then yes, you need to be thorough with sprint ceremonies. Within a sprint, what a sprint of say 2 weeks or 3 weeks, what all features do you want to prioritize? How will you create those user stories of those features into some of the tools, like Atlassian Jira is one of the tools where you can create user stories for the same. How would you run a daily scrum where you can take updates um, uh, from all these interdependent teams, and they can tell you that where are the blockers, and you can help collaborate with other dependent teams to actually tell you that how we can resolve them. And a purely status as well, that yes, we are doing good, we are on track, and within by the end of this sprint we'll be able to provide all these features. So all these sprint retrospective is more from the perspective of that once the sprint is over, then what all we did good. It's kind of a
Right.
feedback, what all we did well, what all we didn't do well. So let us look back. So all these I should say habits, all these skills are the most important for product manager to run the show in a balanced manner.
Okay.
It is not like you just know a single skill, or say a handful or 4 or 5 skills and you are okay. Because
Okay.
every day the product manager, every day they feel a new challenge, they get a new challenge, and they have to evolve from that situation, and all of these skills actually helps you keep in check.
Right. Right. Great.
Right.
So, sir, what aspect of these all skills do you find the most exciting?
I find the most exciting is the feature prioritization that you see over here.
Okay.
And most challenging as well, because first, to gather the requirement, it is like you are trying to bring water out of a land, because you need to dig a lot, and then
Mm.
you try to find that jewel of water for your family. So the thing is that, um, while you are trying to uh, gather the requirement, you understand, okay, it's not a single person who will give you the straight away the requirement. There are multiple other people as well, and you need to collaborate with all of them. You need to take the entire requirement piece by piece. You need to evolve a BRD document and required and and accumulate all that requirement into a document. So and all these stakeholders, you identify them. Oh, these are the ones who will give me the entire piece probably together, and let me record all of this, and let me do an analysis of it, that how important or how not important, how must have or how nice to have or how good to have these features are. You can bucketize these features. And then there is another methodology that you can use, RICE methodologies, to prioritize these features. If I'll go in detail with the feature prioritization of RICE. Is that fine with you?
Yeah. Totally fine, sir.
Yeah, sure. So RICE actually is a methodology that gives you that R stands for reach, I stands for impact, uh, and your are you to introduce a feature, and E stands for effort. So when you have taken a feature, a small feature, for example, I took an example of add to cart button. So now this small feature, what would be the reach of this feature, in the sense how many customers per month or per quarter will actually see this feature and will actually benefit from it. So you take you provide a score from that perspective for R, that is your reach. Then there is impact. Impact is how high or how low impact that feature is. For example, I give 100% or 100 score for a massive impact sort of a feature. I give say 80 score to a high impact feature. I give 60 score to a medium impact feature. So you assign a score to multiple impact of that particular feature. And then there is C stands for confidence. So how confident are you that this particular feature of say add to cart will actually will come into existence, plus it will provide a lot of value to the mission and the vision and the goal of what you're trying to achieve for the product. How is it bringing closer to you for the business of the company? And then there is an effort. So effort generally is given from the engineering aspect and from you yourself, because you need to also give a lot of effort to gather the requirements. So all these persons who are involved in person month, that within a month, what kind of effort is required to actually bring add to cart as a feature onto the page. So the formula for RICE actually becomes R into I into C, that is reach into confidence into impact, divided by the effort. And that actually gives you a score. And by this methodology, you can actually provide a score to each and every feature that you think of bringing into existence. And then you can prioritize whichever is having a higher score, RICE score. You can prioritize that particular feature more than the other in your backlog. So that entire process of gathering the requirement and then prioritizing it really excites me a lot.
Okay, so this not only sounds exciting, but sounds the most challenging part of your role as well, right?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, so also I've heard people saying that basically product managers are the mini CEOs of their organizations. So what is your take on this statement?
Yeah, so see what happens is there is one CEO who's running the entire business, because yes, there has to be someone who has to run it. But it cannot be a process of that one individual to look into everything. So you perceive like this, that whichever product or service they want to actually uh, earn revenue with, they assign front faces of uh, of that service. They break that service or product into small pieces, and people like product managers can actually own that. And
Okay.
for example, if you are coming onto an e-commerce website and you are trying to search the product that you can actually purchase, then searching is actually one broad feature in itself. So there can be one team of search, there can be say one team of seeing the category of all these products, there can be one team who can build up a lot of learning around that product. So you suppose you click on a product, you actually land on a page where you see a lot of information about that product. So you learn about that product and you try to configure that product as well. For example, oh, I don't need a blue bag, I need a red bag. So you configure as per your liking, you customize it, and then you then you click on add to cart to actually go to the cart and then finally check it out. So in this entire flow, you see there are multiple small teams who are trying to bring this entire flow into existence, and each team will have their own product manager. So these product managers, individual product managers, they will try to keep their house in order by all these skills that you see on the slide, and then they collaborate with each other as well, like peer product managers. They collaborate with each other as well, so that the end customer who is seeing the particular website, they don't know that there are 15 different teams sitting behind this and making this into bringing this into existence. They see one seamless flow till they actually check out and realize the revenue to the business. So so that is why the product management is never a single individual's job, and the CEO of the main CEO, the main guy, knows this very well, that I have smaller CEOs who are front face of these products, and
Mm,
they combined will actually give me the entire. So that is how I
mm.
see that.
Right. Totally agree, sir. Okay, so sir, you can carry on with your slide.
Yeah, sure. So on the right, you see a lot of these skills. I will not be able to go in detail of all this, but
Yeah.
these are very much required into the market these days that I have seen from my experience. Um, you do these analysis and functional analysis, and you collaborate with all these individuals. But one thing I would like to bring everyone's understanding in light: you can acquire a lot of knowledge, you can acquire a lot of skills, but the main thing which actually builds the product manager, according to my experience, is the attitude. The person's attitude, approach, and behavior is the one which actually brings all this into balance, into perspective. If your attitude is not very sharp, or you're not very balanced in your approach, then a lot of these skills might drop out, and you might do a lot of mistakes. In the sense, see, it's perfectly okay to make mistakes and correct them and run together. But if your attitude, suppose, is a little, suppose, ignorant, or say little negligent, then those mistakes might compound and multiply, and then the product might go into the doldrum.
Mm,
So I would really suggest to all the freshers and professionals that always try to bring a lot of balance with all the skills. And a lot of time people know a lot of things, but they don't bring it to use. That is another sort of
right.
attitude. For example, I might be perfectly knowing about the feature prioritization, I might be perfectly knowing about the rice methodology, but there is no use if I don't bring into my day-to-day activity.
Right.
It should be my attitude and my inculcated behavior within myself to always make use of all my skills to the benefit of the organization in an optimal manner.
Right. Agreed. Great, sir. Okay. So, sir, there are many people who are watching, who will be watching this video, and they are aspirants, they are aspiring for this product management domain. So, what
Mhm.
message do you have for them?
I would say keep yourself always confident, build up a confident personality, always keep on learning, always have that kid in you, uh, to keep on learning. It shouldn't be that, oh, enough of my experience, I have learned a lot, nothing new to learn. That attitude should never come. So confidence, a quest to learn more and more every day, evolve yourself every day, and keep a balance with all your skills, and collaborate with people, socialize with people, so that you can know best what's in the market.
Right, right. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and also for presenting this slide because we know that, I mean, it takes a lot to at least make this and for your time also taking out time on this busy Tuesday afternoon and coming with us on this podcast. So definitely it means a lot for us and I'm very sure that the students are going to benefit a hell lot out of this podcast. And again, once again, thank you so much, sir. It was lovely having you on Grow Junction.
And thanks a lot for having me. And you are a very patient and a wonderful interviewer, I must say. Thanks to Grow Junction to bring this into light and giving me this opportunity to share my experience.
Thank you so much, sir.